when did you fall in love with like women in hip hop?
Yeah, I have one too, but yeah, you should go
well,
first.
I feel like I always go first.
Okay.
Do you like me going first?
No, I don't care. You can go first. You can go first.
Okay, I'll go first. And then the next episode, we'll make sure that you go first. Okay. This one, I don't know. You might not get it, or you might. I don't know. I don't know how tapped in you were. Miss Mary Mattress Geriatrics, fuck me into open caskets. I want to die with this. I want to stop seeing my psychiatrist.
What?
No, you don't got it? Okay. Should I go a little bit further?
Sure.
She said, "Pale pop, baby girl, because I promise you tweaked." Okay, wait. I don't know how she did the rest of that. I'll start a little bit early in the verse. I blessed myself inside your arms one day. Swear to God, there I was when the dress and silver buttons fade away. Miss Mary Mattress Geriatrics, fuck me into open caskets. I want to die with this. I want to stop seeing my psychiatrist.
I have no clue.
She was a feature on this song.
She was a feature on this song?
She was a feature on this song. Do you want me to tell you who the male artist on the song was?
Sure.
It was Chance the Rapper.
Is it Meg Thee Stallion?
No. Have they ever done a song together?
Yeah, and that horrible album.
I Love My Wife album? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I definitely didn't hear it.
I'm trying to think, who did Chance the Rapper?
This was before that horrible album.
Before that album.
She is from Chicago.
Oh, so to say Katie got bands.
Yes, this is 1,000. Katie got bands. Okay, what is your guess?
I have no idea. Chicago?
None?
Oh, is it no, that's not that's not her. No, I have no guess.
Wow, do you want me to tell you?
Yes.
It's No Name.
Oh, this is No Name?
Yes. Do you remember the song Lost?
No.
From his you remember the song Lost from the mixtape Acid Rap?
No.
Oh my god, it was like I think one of the best songs on that one. Wow, okay.
Really? Okay.
Yes. That's okay.
No. Okay.
It was one of my favorite songs from the album.
From
that mixtape. Okay, your turn. Let's see.
Okay. I think you're gonna get this, but
okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. I'm prepared.
You eating my leftovers? That's not a flex. Bitch, you ain't fucking with me in this jewelry. I know it. I need a nigga that know what to do with me. Get some too hot so these bitches ain't cool with me.
Okay, obviously this is Megan Thee Stallion, but what song is this?
You eating my leftovers? That's not a flex. Bitches ain't fucking with me in this jewelry. I need a nigga that know what to do with me. Get some too hot so these bitches ain't cool with me.
Is this the verse on Pop It?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Period. Easy.
You got it.
Easy
yeah, that
money.
was easy.
I feel like maybe I'm trying to trip you up.
You are definitely trying. You're trying to go deep in the bag. You're like, where in 2013 can I go?
Because the last one I did.
Yours, yeah, the last one was
Emil,
yeah,
and you had never even heard of her, and then this one was the No Name. Okay, you know what? The next time it'll be something so
give me a softball.
Easy.
Give me a softball.
I'm gonna throw you a softball. I promise you. Next time I will, because I feel like you keep throwing me softballs, and it really is like, damn, am I doing this on purpose?
It's no, good. You're putting me on.
I swear to God, I just like thought of this like this morning.
Okay.
Anyway, hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Where My Girl's At. By the time you listen to this, there will be a new president. We don't know who the fuck that is yet. But we're all saying a motherfucking prayer.
We're holding our breath. We're holding our breath.
I've been holding my breath all fucking week.
Jeez.
That's really all I have. Like I'm terrified. You know, like I said already, and it's kind of the thing that's like at the very front of my mind for like the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so I can't really like process anything else. But how are you?
aside from that, I'm all is well.
All is well.
I was in New York last week, which was fun. I got
Yes.
to walk through Central Park. It was
I
beautiful.
love
The fall
walking through Central
foliage.
Park.
It's beautiful. It really is.
Did you just go to a concert too?
And I went to go see Big Lotto.
Yes. How was it?
Oh my gosh, it was I had so much fun. I had
Yes?
so much fun. So like it was
Did
such
you wear
a last
leopard
minute.
print?
I did not. But honestly, I felt like auntie
Shame.
there. I felt like auntie there. So first of all, I got shout out to my man because he got me these tickets like last minute.
Aw, that's so
And
nice.
so we went.
Was she in DC or was
Yeah,
she in
she was
New
in
York?
D. She was in DC.
Okay.
And so we got the tickets last minute. I went with one of my best friends, Jalen, and we
Fun.
go, and it's like 50 degrees outside, so it's cold, like
Yeah,
decently
yeah.
cold.
I mean, yeah.
I felt way too dressed to be there.
Okay.
The girlies were
Yeah.
wearing the skirts, the tube tops, and I'm like, aren't
You know what they say? Oh, a hoe never gets cold. Oh.
And you know what? That's what I realized. I'm like, I'm getting older because I brought a jacket,
You
and
brought
like
a jacket.
I brought a jacket. Like I was too
Was
dressed.
it a blue jean jacket?
It was not. It was
Okay,
not.
you know how all like millennial women have a blue jean jacket that they like to wear over every fucking outfit, and we need to burn those jackets.
You think we gotta move on?
I have moved on. I've gotten rid of
moved on.
my blue jean. Actually, I still have it.
I was
But
like, I definitely have a blue jean
I
jacket.
still have it, but I don't wear it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But-
I've semi moved on from it. Yeah.
But no, Lotto was fantastic. Like I feel like the crowd control was kind of poorly run in terms of like the getting into the venue itself. Because
was
when
it
we
like
got in,
GA or did you have like seats?
we had VIP, so we were
Okay.
like it was like it wasn't seated, but it's like you were kind of like in a blocked off
Oh
area.
yeah.
And so we had VIP, but then we were with VIP and like people who had seated tickets.
Right.
And the way that they had the crowd control, it just like we didn't get in until like the last part of like Mariah the Scientist's set.
Okay.
And so like they made it, I don't know, it was weird.
I've never
But
heard Mariah the Scientist's music, so I
She
really
was-
wouldn't even know.
It was like cute. It was cute. I was getting a drink, so like I didn't see her.
You weren't listening any fucking
I
way.
wasn't listening that much. But
Did
like
you see? Did Caribou also open?
she opened, but like again, I was in line.
You missed
Why
it. Okay.
I missed Caribou's.
Okay.
But no, saw all of Lotto's set. She was fantastic. She
Love
opened
it.
up with Georgia Peach.
Love it.
Choreography was great. She
Wow.
looked great. You could tell that like she does this. Like she's been doing this
Okay.
for a while. And she just had a really great way of, I think, engaging with the crowd. The transitions
No.
were good. It was fun because I was just like, dang, like I know all these songs. Like
I
it was
love
like
that.
it was a great experience. And then my friend and I, we like saw these other two girls who were in front of us, and we were all jamming together. So it was a lot of fun. Like I'm so glad that I went. I'm so
Damn, I don't have tickets, but now I'm like, should I get tickets to the show?
You should get tickets.
I'm kind of now you kind of sold me on it.
No,
And then she's not coming
so
till
much fun.
December, so that could be like a birthday present to myself. Wow,
You should so go
Wow,
see her.
I didn't even.
She was
I
a
didn't
lot
even
of fun.
Think about that. I think I maybe will. Maybe I'll get the tickets.
yeah,
'cause they're
consider
not,
it.
They're not expensive.
Yeah, no, it was
It's not
cool.
giving. It's not giving like hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
No. But
oh,
great
wow.
Great performer.
Wow, that's exciting. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
Honestly, things have been very chill. Like I said, I've been just vibing and doing pretty much nothing, or not
Like-
nothing, but pretty much the same thing that I always
the
usually
stand
do.
up. The stand
Yeah.
up.
Oh, I did do stand up. Yes, I did mention that in the last episode that I went and I did my first set. It went well. I was really nervous, but I thought it was
well.
funny. I got some laughs, I
Yeah.
got some notes. It was really good. I have another set in 2 weeks. And it's on a Friday.
Cool.
So I get to like open up for like national headliners. Which is fine. It's still only a 5-minute set, but it's fun. I'm having a good time doing this. So
No, I think it's so cool that you're doing this. I'm glad that
Yeah,
you're doing it.
it's just fun. I really like it. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll, be performing a little bit better, like in bigger places next year. Who knows? But I kind of like it. So I'm just going with that right now. But yeah, pretty
sure.
much that's all I've been doing. It's just what I usually do, working, still working with these nothing ass kids. But
You mean our future?
let me tell you, I saw this TikTok today. And this man was on some boardwalk asking people, showing them a picture and saying, who is this? And this one girl, he showed her the picture. He said, who is this? It was a picture of Harriet Tubman. Without hesitation, she says, Rosa Parks. And a picture of Harriet Tubman. And then he says, no, do you want to try again? And she said, oh, I don't know, Emmett Till. I swear to you. It was a picture of Harriet Tubman. And I mean, she didn't skip a beat in saying, oh, that's Rosa Parks. that's Rosa Parks. And
that's why your job is so important.
Sepia tone photo. Hey, I'm doing all the fuck I can. It starts at home. And these motherfuckers is not making kids read books no more. What happened to Hooked on Phonics? They're not hooked on nothing but vape. And,
oh my God.
And nicotine. They're not doing shit. These kids, do you know how many vapes I've confiscated in my time?
That is sad.
Too many.
That is really sad, actually.
Ain't it? Anyway.
That's very sad. Anyway.
Getting into something that's more sad, let's talk about Hot Topic. I want to...
Jesus.
I want to start. Okay, let's get into some Hot Topics. We have some fun stuff to talk about for Hot Topics, but okay, I want to preface this by saying I love Trina. I am a huge fan of her. I think she should be getting her flowers. I think she's a pioneer in this business. I think that she deserves like all the love and praise that she gets. But recently, Trina went on the Tamron Hall show to promote her book that just came out, The Baddest Bitch. And let me just say something positive. She looks gorgeous. Sitting on this stool in this like cheetah print muumuu and like matching leggings and matching shoes. But
you know what? It's gonna suck if something comes out like she like sprained her ankle or like something like.
What the fuck does that have to do with the rest of the performance? The sitting down wasn't the issue. It was never the issue with this fucking performance. So Trina, Trina was on the Tamron Hall show, and I don't know what type of spoken word, like half-ass, I'm just here so I don't get fined bullshit this performance was, but she wasn't even singing or rapping. She was...
It's like, it got worse from the BET Club show. Club Paradise Tour.
This was worse than the BET Award performance. And what is going on? Is she trying to intentionally create buzz for the book? I was understand.
Going to say, I'm like, why does she need to perform if it's a book? That's just my question. That's my question.
I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe they're just like, well, Trina's coming on. We have to have her perform something.
She should perform, right?
And what is she going to perform? Is she going to sing Nan Nigga on daytime television? Like, she can't.
Right. Can't you know?
No. She doesn't have that many choices of what she could perform on daytime television. And so here we go with a safe choice. Or so we thought. It was not. She didn't know what the fuck was going on. So that's that. So Trina, I'm gonna thank her because I had a good laugh about that, and I really needed it. So thank you, what? Trina.
Yeah, you're right. You're right,
Trina. Okay, moving on to something that's quite like it's disturbing to me.
Oh, okay.
It's just really disturbing. So Doja Cat had an event, like it was supposed to be an intimate event for Doja Cat and her fans at Airbnb. Yeah. I think she was like going to play new music or old music. I actually don't know what the event was about, but there was a fan who spent hundreds. It says they said they spent hundreds of dollars on the dream experience, and they were kicked out of the Airbnb experience because they brought like a ton of stuff to sign, and like I guess that was illegal. And the thing is, that's not even the crazy part. The crazy part is there was a letter. This fan wrote a letter to Doja Cat. I'm talking single space, full page letter asking to be unblocked on Twitter.
Right.
And then they're posting tweets like, I'm going to kill myself at Doja Cat, at Airbnb help. Please elaborate to me why I was allowed to win this contest, and I discussed my Stan account and being blocked by her in my application. It was approved by your staff just for them to kick me out of the event. They said I spent hundreds on bus tickets, merch, and Airbnb, Ubers, and more just to partake in an opportunity that would have been a dream experience for me. If at any time being blocked was a red flag, you shouldn't allow me to spend hundreds on this trip. Like, okay.
Like, fair.
But, so apparently they weren't allowed to have phones.
Mm-hmm.
There was a handwritten letter. I have to find the fucking letter, because
I was like, I didn't see the letter in the article.
It might have gotten deleted. Like, but this was fucking crazy, this letter.
Really?
Yes. Like, I couldn't read it because, wait, hold on. Let me see. Where's the letter? Okay. Actually, I said it's 2 pages. It's front and back. It says, Dear Amala / Doja Cat, I honestly don't know how to start this, as I never imagined that I'd ever get the chance to meet you. And alas, here we are. I want to first run down my journey with you. I, like the rest of the world, was introduced to you through, that's not spelled correctly, Moo. And for 2018, Bitch, I'm a Cow was something stuck in my head all year, and I wished I had tuned into Amala sooner. I can agree that you should have listened to the album sooner. I can still vividly remember the adults reacting to it on the React YouTube channel. Flash forward to October 2019, and I heard Candy for the first time, and I was hooked. Then you released Hot Pink and reeled, spelled in all caps, me in, and I've been a stan ever since. So 5 years now. So when Planet Her came out, it was, and still is, on repeat, my most streamed album this decade, only behind SZA's SOS. And it's actually been an inspiration to a huge passion of mine, which is songwriting and music. I aspire to work in the music industry, first as a songwriter for major artists, then branch off into my own singing career. You, not only as a singer, rapper, this is crazy. Let me go down a little bit further. I called Piss the worst song on Scarlet to Claude, but I was joking. And I guess this is why she got blocked. I still love you and have no hard feelings. Getting chosen for Airbnb is insane because I wrote my paragraph in 5 minutes on a walk, but I spoke from the heart and relate a lot of the things I'm writing to you now. This is insane. And then there's a back page. I love you very, very much, Doja. Stay yourself and fuck the critics. Fuck the parasocial fans. What is that? What is it? Is that not? Fuck the media outlets and fuck them kids. Am I right? I'll end by listing some of my favorite songs by you. Rules, Boss Bitch, Wine Pon You, Candy, Woman, I Don't Do Drugs, Options, Kiss Me More, Agora Hills, Ouchies. A fantastic list. With much love, wrote his entire name, contact information, including phone, email, Instagram, Twitter. P.S. I totally wrote this in hot pink for no reason. P.S.S. I go to UC Berkeley and wanted to give you something, so I went with the tote bag. P.S.S.S. My finger/hand is killing me from writing this, so bye. I will see you super soon and will likely faint on the spot. LMAO.
Okay. All right. This is insane work. It must be terrifying being an artist.
I'm scared reading this shit.
Like, what am I supposed to do with? What am I supposed to do with this? Like, I'm so glad you wrote this. Like,
Brianna, I didn't even get into the bulk of the letter. That's what's crazy. There's so much more in this letter.
I'm just like trying to think, like, what is Doja Cat supposed to be like? Like, oh my god, thank you. Like,
I'm terrified.
Like, thank
why
you.
Would you do this? How do you do something like this? How do you? In my mind, no, I'm actually trying to wrap my mind around this because this is actual insanity.
Yes.
I cannot imagine writing Beyonce a handwritten letter asking her to unblock me on Twitter. If that was a thing she would ever do. I cannot imagine loving an artist so much that I put pen to paper and try with all of my contact information, phone number, email, where I go to school. What is wrong with these kids? There is something.
There's something wrong.
There's
go
something.
Go read a book. Get offline.
I'm
go
scared.
touch some grass. Go touch some grass.
Because they're taking this shit to heart. They ready to die about this shit. And
right.
let me tell you, there is no artist in the world worth you going to war
No.
over.
No,
This is
none.
insane. That being
Right.
said, some good things that were revealed
Uh-huh.
at this event. Allegedly, Doja Cat, you know, she says she's in album mode, and they're saying that she said at the event that her fifth studio album genre is confirmed to be pop/R&B. And I want to know, what are your thoughts about this? And what are we looking for in a new Doja Cat album?
Well, yeah, I thought she had said from that Ebro interview that it would be like more indie rock, so I'm surprised about that. But if it is pop R&B, listen, run Planet Her back. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
That was some heat. So
yeah,
something like Planet Her. Want some love songs. I want some like giggles in there too about her dissing like men a little bit.
Yes.
But yeah, I would expect something like that. Some really good features, maybe like a Coco Jones.
Ooh.
Maybe like who else would be a good one? I think something with Doechii would be really cool.
Oh yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
That's what I would expect.
I think that's my number one request, is that on this new album that there's Doechii. Like, I need them to collab. They were teasing, like, there might have been something during the tour, and then it just didn't, like, happen at all. Like, there was really nothing. And that really disappointed me.
Right.
That really disappointed me. But I'm kind of excited about the prospect of her doing something. And I think, like, no matter what the album she releases, she's going to be rapping her ass off.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, we know Doja Cat, we know what she's capable of. I'm all for the album being like a little bit poppy, you know, a little bit R&B influence. I think even if they say that, I think she's so multifaceted that it's like everything bleeds over. So it's like it works. It's not going to be one track. It's not going to be a one track. It works, and I'm excited about it.
Me too.
Okay, let's talk about Megan's documentary. In her words, came out. Oh my god! In her words, came out on Halloween. Have you watched the whole thing?
Yes, of course. I watched it the other day.
Oh my god! Okay, what were your like initial thoughts?
I feel incredibly sad for her. Like, I feel like I knew some, like, or I guess we knew to the extent of what was shown on the media and what she has shared.
Right.
But the level of depth that she walked through her emotions and the things that have happened in the last, like, 4 or 5 years is just incredibly heartbreaking. Yeah. And it's not fathomable to think about how, like, she's had this, like, success run where she's reached some of the highest heights and still is suffering at such a human level of the things that have gone on in her life. And I think what really got me was about, like, the anxiety that she had about, like, performing and like fear of her safety. Like, she had said something along the lines of, like, you know, when she was going through the trial and everything, she's like, you know, if I'm not doing this and if justice isn't for me, then there's someone who has less resources than I do has no hope.
None. Women everywhere.
And it was incredibly, I found it really sad. And I thought that it was so sad. And, like, her talking about, like, traumazine too, she was just like, I don't even know what was going on during that time. Like, she was just kind of like in a different headspace. It really broke my heart, but it really, I was happy, obviously, to see the results of, like, the trial at the end of it and her having such a, like, a relief.
Oh my god!
But that was
hard to watch.
But I just hope that she has people in her corner, like her cousin, who are there to help her, because she literally, like, she has literally just been existing, and the world has been throwing her these curveballs that it's like, I think could easily knock anybody off of their square, and she's still
easily. It would shit.
and she still prevails. So I found it incredibly heartbreaking, but, like, obviously very, like, the triumph of like her seeing the result that she wanted to, but also still making music and still trying to be this role model to people was really inspiring.
And still being so kind throughout all of it, because that would turn me into a fucking monster. Like, if you thought I was a bitch before, let all of this shit happen to me, and now I have a reason to be a bitch. Like, I don't get how she can like maintain all of that humility and the work ethic. But I love, first of all, I thought it was just incredibly well done.
Yeah.
You know, like artistically, I thought it was, the storytelling was excellent. I love the cartoon moments interspliced with the real. I love the way that they crafted this story and told it. I thought that was beautiful. Like, I think as a piece of art, this was incredibly well done, number one. But I love how transparent and open that she got about this. Right. And I love like the parts in which like there's Lorianne Gibson, and she's just like pouring into her, like, you're a star, you got to get up, you got to do this, like, and like just the real raw moments of like her breaking down. That was hard for me to watch. Same. Just because like, damn, like what did she do to deserve that?
I know.
Oh my God, like it's crazy. But you know, I'm really like you said, like the outcome of it is like this 2024 has easily been like the best year of her career, right? Like so far, and I mean like she deserves it after everything that she's gone through. I'm like really, really happy that she's gotten to this point in her career, that she's getting what she deserves for, I feel like, all the suffering that she's been through and all the good that she's put out into the universe. Like, to even think about like how quickly her rise was, how meteoric it really was. And then at the beginning of that, she lost her mom, who was doing everything for her. And now you have nobody around you to guide you. And you're just like searching for homes and mothers in all these people and family and all these people who maybe don't have your best interests at heart. Like, I can't imagine what that's like to navigate that so young. You know,
so young.
She was so young when this happened. I don't see how a person can live through that. Like, I mean, like, for real.
Like, I mean, and then like when she was talking about not wanting to go back to Houston too. Like,
that hurt. That hurt. That
really hurt.
Man, like, she's like, I can't even go home. Home just reminds me of loss.
All this, of loss, which totally makes sense. But I'm like, dang, like my heart breaks for her.
It really does. It really does.
And Kelsey, like,
that whole thing is kind of, now in this context and this light, is so
the
much
way she was
sadder.
talking. Like the way that she was talking about it objectively, she's like, even as your friend, bro, like, you don't want to make sure your friend's good, period.
Man. Like a nigga just shot me.
And you're not, what?
A nigga just shot me. Can we, hello?
And I'm your best friend.
Man, I just, like, in the context of that, she looks so much worse.
She looks horrible.
And in the context of, like, this documentary, Gayle King asking her if she ever slept with Tory Lanez is 10 times worse, because why the fuck is that? That's not what does that mean here? What does that mean here?
Exactly. And she was exactly right. Even after this stuff came out, and she's like, I lied to Gayle King. Like,
who gives a fuck?
And now everybody's like, oh, she lied, and it's like,
but didn't she already say that?
This is exactly why she didn't say anything in the first place, because it distracts from the actual issue at hand, that she was harmed.
Yes.
And we're focused on the BS of like who she sleeping with this week.
Who the fuck she fucked? Why does it matter if they fuck? Do you think just because you fuck somebody they can shoot you?
Yeah, I was like, is that justified?
They can
like,
shoot you if I fuck a man and then I get into an argument with him, he shoots me. It's okay.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The whole thing is crazy, and I love that she included all the bloggers who were talking shit, all the podcasters and streamers who were talking shit about her, all the people who were posting tweets and TikToks and nasty things saying she should have got shot in the fucking head and like he should have finished the job. Like, I'm glad she included all of that, because looking back, it's even crazier. And then all these famous motherfuckers like LeBron James being in this documentary.
Yeah.
You ain't ever listened to Tory Lanez music in your motherfucking life. But now you do, talking about Drake in it and his bitch ass and all that bitch ass shit that it's crazy to me. It's so crazy to me. And actually, this moving on to our next topic, now because of that, she is suing a blogger who they say allegedly acted on Tory Lanez's behalf in a campaign of harassment. So
as she should.
She motherfucking said. So they said, I think her lawyer released a statement that says, it's time to hold bloggers accountable for years of harassment, cyberbullying, and the publication of misinformation about my personal and professional life. She said in a statement, I've endured countless attacks on my character based on false narratives from social media bloggers misrepresenting themselves as journalists. It's unacceptable behavior, and these individuals need to understand there will be repercussions for recklessly posting lies and defamatory falsehoods. In a notice detailing civil action as viewed by Complex on Wednesday, Alex Spiro, an attorney for Meghan, accuses Milagro Elizabeth Cooper, a.k.a. Milagro Grams, of carrying out a campaign of harassment and cyberbullying in connection with Tory Lanez's 2022 shooting conviction case. She says, for years, you and other bloggers have acted on behalf of Mr. Peterson, a.k.a. Tory Lanez, as an online rumor mill churning out falsehoods about Miss Pete to your tens of thousands of social media followers, Spiro said to Grams, who uses the Mob's World name. You and other bloggers are a mouthpiece and a puppet for Mr. Peterson with a vendetta against Miss Pete, committed to tearing her down at all costs. He continues, since Mr. Peterson was indicted in 2020 for felony assault with a deadly weapon after shooting Miss Pete, to his later conviction in December 22 up through today, you have done Mr. Peterson's public bidding to denigrate, belittle, insult, and spread false and defamatory statements about Miss Pete to your online platform for no other reason to bully and harass and punish Miss Pete for her Mr. Peterson's conviction and causing emotional distress. So they have like in this I guess lawsuit dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of tweets, like things that she said, videos of her cyberbullying. Apparently she was allegedly spreading like deep fake like porn, like a sex tape, like a fake AI sex tape.
What?
Allegedly about Megan Thee Stallion. And they included that in there. And girl, now she's deleted her account. She's being represented by public defenders. Now she is like, now she's like saying, oh, I never said that. And like, girl, it's out there. It's out there. And honestly, good. Why can they do this? Why I feel like more people should be suing TMZ, The Shade Room, all these bloggers who are on here who are not journalists, who don't abide or live by any code of ethics, who don't have to fact check anything, that are actually spreading lies.
Right.
These
and
people,
it has real life repercussions on actual people.
Exactly. And it's like this echo chamber that they all exist in, where it's okay that they're doing this because they're like, it's just for fun. It's just for amusement. This is somebody's real fucking life.
Yeah.
This is real life. And I think you should be sued. Like, you can't just talk to people and talk about people and say, you can't spread fake AI sex tapes of people and think that there's going to be no legal action.
Yeah. Come on.
I don't have a fucking lawyer. If somebody did that shit to me do you know how quickly I would sue somebody? That shit, what about that how is that not assault?
Yeah,
or harassment,
exactly.
or something. Like, how is that not illegal?
But
what are the rules?
But also simply at an ethical level. Like,
that's crazy.
Why?
Why? Crazy.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because this is a grown woman. And I'm not saying I understand it, but if it was a bunch of teenagers who are like running Stan accounts who are in 8th grade and like high school, I would get it.
Yeah.
This woman is like 30 something. She's a grown ass woman, like adult, who should know that there are consequences to your actions. And this is going to be another situation with like Cardi B with Tasha K, who was like, I think she sued the motherfucking wig off Tasha K's head. Tasha K ain't got no motherfucking money because Cardi B is seizing every cent that comes into her account for that $4 million payout. that Tasha K owes her. And that's exactly what's about to happen here. And let me tell you, all the motherfuckers, somebody get DJ Academics. Get that
Actually,
the web. Get that nigga off the web. Get him off of the internet, okay?
Yeah.
There's that. Megan also revealed several other things. She says she's still working on another tour on Act 3. She has a development deal with Netflix. She's still developing her own anime, and her tequila line is going to be out before the end of the year.
Who's working harder than her?
Who's going to stop her? I'm like, do you fucking realize that this is not a train you can stop?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I'm more excited for. Now, I do love tequila. So, maybe up front that. I definitely want to...
Maybe up front.
I definitely love tequila. So, I definitely am all about that. But I just think that's amazing, especially after watching the documentary and just being like, this bitch did not stop working at all. Throughout all of that shit. And I mean,
yeah, just this entire year, like you said, like, I think, yeah, that it ended like in 2023, and to see all the stuff that has happened since then, like,
and she really took her, she really took her time with this new like rollout of her albums. Like, I feel like she was really not very present all of 2023 after the conviction and everything, and rightfully so, because I would have taken a lot of time off. But when she came back with Cobra in November, it was like, okay, she's like, yeah, we're doing this, like, we're back up, we back out. Tell him we back up. Put out the word, we back up. And it just hasn't slowed down since.
Exactly.
One more thing that I want to talk about. So Dreezy recently signed to Universal Music Group. And she posted on her Twitter, like, 2025 is mine. Now, Dreezy is someone who I think is very talented, and I think has had an issue of mismanagement. I think
as a lot of these girls.
Yes. I think it's time for Chicago to be up. Like, I think it's time for her to put us on the map for female rap. Okay?
Yeah.
Katie got bands. If you don't shut up. Okay, I'm sick of it. Dreezy, I have faith in her in 2025. She has this new deal. I think she makes great music. I think she's incredibly talented. I need her to put Chicago on the map, okay? Because, come on now, like, we have the talent.
It's time,
okay? Like, it's been a real heavy Southern rap year, and I love that.
It has.
I love that, but don't forget about my Midwest girls, okay?
Midwest girlies.
We come hard too.
No, I get it.
So there's that. I'm excited.
We'll see.
I hope she releases new music. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I love Bitch Duh. I've been streaming that still.
Really? Okay.
Yes, I do.
Right.
I have faith
let
in
me
her.
Let me click into
I have faith in her.
But, you know, speaking of new music, Megan Act 2.
Let's talk about this. Okay.
Megan Act 2, fire.
Okay.
Like,
do we want to do downloads first?
Oh yeah, I did Bigger in Texas. Rocksteady. He Think I Love Him, and then Paper Together were my downloads, and then I had Never Play.
Paper Together is from the other one.
Oh wait, yeah, it's from the first one.
Yeah,
I don't know why I had this downloaded, but I guess those top three then: Bigger in Texas, Rocksteady, and He Think I Love Him.
Okay, I downloaded Bigger in Texas. Number One Rule, Rocksteady, Bourbon, Best Friend, Right Now, TYG, Motion, and He Think I Love Him. First of all, I knew she was going to put the freestyles on here. And I said that in the last episode. And I was like, I hope she puts those freestyles on here. And she put them on here. Let's talk about it then. What, like, let's just go through it. Because I have notes. Where do we start?
I was going to say, I think in totality, I think we were right about what direction she was going to go for this, like, Act 2.
Yes.
Very Southern, very, like, going back to Houston roots, like, especially with the song, like, Bourbon, too.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. I feel like she was going back to Tina Snow. She was going back to Tina Snow.
Absolutely. I absolutely feel like Tina Snow was clocked in. A couple things that I really love about this, some notes, like, I said, like, Tina Snow is clocked in, but she's better than ever. Like, this isn't the same Tina Snow from 2018. This is the Tina Snow who's had time to grow and work on her craft and let it marinate. This is a Tina Snow who's confident and settled and, like, so deep in her pocket on this,
that,
you know? And she talked about, I think she had tweeted or said something about how like she wrote all of the hooks and the choruses herself. And typically in her songs, those are the weaker points for her. And I'm always like, she should just bring somebody in and have them work with it. I thought that that was very strong on this album. Like the choruses and the hooks were very strong on this album. I thought the transitions were very strong on this album. Or I'm sorry, she's got mixtape. I thought the sequencing was very, very strong. Probably her best to date on this mixtape. I love that she ended it with Never Play because like sure it's a song that's been released already, but the message still stands. Like we don't play, don't fuck with me ever. Like you really could never. I think there legitimately are no skips on this. Like I definitely don't like her singy voice, but I hate it when rappers do that anyway. Like, girl, that's not your bag, except Doja Cat. But I just like overall, this mixtape I think just shows us if we play this and we play Tina Snow, we put them side by side. Shit, you can even throw Fever in there. I think this mixtape shows us how much her skills have improved since Tina Snow. Like, not only is she still as confident or even more confident than she's ever been, but she's settled. You know? Yeah. She's not like rapping like she's about to run out of time. You know what I mean? Right. Or like she's not rushing through this album. This was settled. This was riding in the car music. This was like this is like that feel good, laid back in Texas shit. You know what I mean? Like in her low ride. Like I felt like I was listening to this album and I really waited to listen to it until I was going to take notes for this because I was like, you know, I want to give it some time to settle. I legitimately think all the hype about this, all the good things that people are saying on social media, 1000% deserve. I think when we reviewed Megan Act 1, like we had our critiques about it, you know, and I think rightfully so. Yeah. I don't have those same critiques for this.
No, I think you're right. I think she really did take her time with it. And I think she has the grace of time. Like, time is on her side. Now it is. Now it is. And so she can release when she wants to. But yeah, felt very nostalgic too. Like, that's another early one. 2000s as well. And it was fun. And like, I think she also I think she's always talked about how like, you know, she's the best in the game, whatever. But it's like, no, like
now when you're listening to it,
I really am at the top of my game.
I mean,
who else is doing this? Like
nobody is.
And I love that music,
like
and
this.
I love that music video.
Oh my God.
Bigger in Texas. She looks so good.
Yes,
and the outfit changes, and like her with Johnny Dang and the blonde and the cowboy hat.
Gosh, she looks good. She looks good. But also, she looks like she's having so much fun. Yeah. Like, this looks like she's having a great time, a wonderful fucking time. And and I just love that. You know, I really, I don't know. I've been listening to this on repeat.
Same.
For the past couple days. Like, I think if I were going to give this a rating, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10.
I was about to say 9 out of 10. Yeah. At least.
I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. And that now has become the highest rating I've given a project all fucking year. And I honestly think it's well deserved.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well deserved. Like,
loved it.
There was nothing about this that felt too long or too short or too rushed or too slow or like she was trying too hard or she was practicing on the, like, it feels so right. Like when I'm listening to it. So I legitimately loved it. Flo Milli came in 8. As I knew she would. Can't wait for her to open up for Meg on the next tour. Oh, Flo Milli's going to be opening up Act 2, or Act 3, whatever she's calling, whenever the next tour is coming. Flo Milli's going to be opening up for the tour. I already know it's gonna be perfect because Flo Milli's going to win a Grammy. She's going to win a Grammy and she's going to be coming right off the Grammy win for Never Lose Me. And so then it'll be perfect time for her to go on tour with Meg. And I love it. I love them collaborating. I love it when the girls collab. Like, come on.
Me too.
But best pairing, I didn't know how much I needed it.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know how much I needed
it. It worked.
I was gonna say the rest of the music. Should we talk about what else stood out to you? Because there's the Tyler the Creator song.
Yeah, I hadn't listened to that album all in its
Me
entirety
either.
quite yet. But
Like,
like the songs that you had featured on here, I thought Sticky was cool.
Sticky was cool.
I liked Glorilla's part.
Yeah, I
And
thought it was too
then
short though.
it was too short.
Yeah.
Too short. And then Balloon was with Full Millie. And I
No,
thought that
Balloon
was
was Doechii.
oh, that was Doechii?
Yes, that was Doechii.
Oh. Well, I was like, I thought it was fine. Like, I thought Balloon was fine, but I also do want to listen to the album in its entirety. But
right.
those songs
I feel
were
like in the context of it in its entirety, I might feel differently about
exactly
the songs. But right now, I'm like, okay, these are fine. This is cool.
Caribou song. All I was thinking about was like, dang, is Lil Yachty not on here?
Man, she might need to.
I was like, she might need to go back to the concrete ones.
She might need to run that back, baby. You might have to start dressing like the Teletubbies again.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean,
I don't know what that was. I don't know what she was saying and all that.
They have been like showing videos of Caribou opening for Lotto, and she's just on stage, and it's like the worst thing. Everybody was like, somebody in the comments was like, they should have just had a DJ set. Like instead of having her opening, just like play a playlist. That's what they said. Like that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. The rest of it, I didn't really care for. Baby Tate's EP, I thought was fine.
I listened to a handful of songs. I thought it was okay.
It was okay. I didn't really get any downloads from it. Yeah, no,
which is unfortunate because I want more from her.
Of course, I want more from her. But these beats were confusing to me. When I was listening to it, I was just like,
old?
No, I don't think so. I think it was just like not a great choice.
Yeah.
But maybe. Might be.
Maybe.
Could be. It's possible. Okay. Right. Moving on to our main topic. Now, I thought this was very interesting to talk about because we come on here and we hate a lot, you know, and I think we deserve to do that. It's well deserved, but I think it's interesting to talk about, you know, the difference between like hating and then just having like artists who have really polarizing work. So things that people feel very strongly about, they either really, really loved it or really, really hated it. And so that's what we're talking about today is our polarizing work or artists. So like, I want to know then, what is your definition of polarizing work or artists, even if they're not female rappers?
Yeah. I think like a polarizing artist or a piece of work, it goes to the definition of polarizing. Like it's just, I think, an extremist of like one side or the other. But I think its purpose is to invoke an emotion, whether that's like anger or confusion or whatever the case may be. And so I guess the main people that came to mind were, I guess, people who have been controversial, I guess, outside of their artistry in some ways. So like the first one that came to mind was like a Chris Brown or like a Drake. Or who else I have? I had Sexy Red, which also goes into our following question of like female rappers who we think are polarizing. But I feel like it's, at least for within those cases, I think it's people who are outside of, I guess, how they present themselves. I guess you could also consider Cardi B to be polarizing as well. But what were your thoughts?
I think for me, I agree. Like, I think polarizing work and art, like, has to be something that is going to shift culture, whether that's good or bad.
Yeah.
You know, like, whether that's good or bad, I think people have very strong opinions about it, even if they don't consume that type of art. Like, people don't have to listen to rap music to know and have very strong opinions about Kanye West. You know, like, they don't have to be consumers of like rap music or female rap to know and have opinions about Nicki Minaj. You know, like, these are just artists, like, where there is really no middle ground when it comes to them. Like, you on this side or you on that side. Yeah. You know, like, that's so true. I feel like there's no middle ground. And like I said, some polarizing artists, I think, like, are like Tyler, the Creator, I would say. Kanye West. I would say Kanye West. I would say Beyonce. Sure. I would say Jay-Z. Like, those are just, like, artists who I feel like people feel very, very strongly like they're the best to ever do it. or they're
Okay.
awful and they hate them, you know?
That's fair. I wouldn't have I guess I could see Jay-Z. I never thought about Beyonce. I thought she was more of like a blanket, like universal.
That's what you would think. But more people hate her than you would think, which is crazy to me.
That is great. I guess because I'm not in that sphere. But I'm also not like this. I'm not a stan of her. But I do appreciate like who she is and what she has given to music, period.
Yes.
But Jay-Z is an intro. Why do you say Tyler, the Creator?
I just feel like there are people who were really, 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 really big fans of Odd Future back in the day when he was like rapping about like raping women and babies and things. And then there are people who like now, because of that, even if they've never listened to any of his new music, hate him. And then there are people who now really, really love him. Like, I don't think people have middle ground opinions about Tyler, the Creator. I think he's a very polarizing artist. And some of his work has been very polarizing.
Interesting.
So then shifting it back to us, like who are some polarizing female rappers and what makes them that way?
I top of my list, the first one I had thought of was Sexy Red.
Really?
Like, yes, I don't know. I think it's just like everything that she stands for. And I think that like, obviously other female rappers before her have talked about similar subject matters and like had dressed like her, whatever.
But it's not as vulgar.
Like it doesn't feel as vulgar or like, I don't know. She's 10 toes down in this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
That's important though.
She is though. And so I feel like Sexy Red is like a prime example.
You know, I said Nicki Minaj, obviously. Obviously. Because look, that evoked a very strong response from you. Like, obviously, she's a polarizing artist.
You're right.
Sukihana is Sukihana.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Sukihana is another one. I think early 2000s Trina, definitely a polarizing artist. I think Doja Cat is another one. Like, I think people have very strong opinions about Doja Cat. One way or another, even if you don't really listen to or like her music.
You think Meg Thee Stallion's polarizing?
I think in a way because of I think she is.
Yeah.
I think she is. I think she's definitely a polarizing artist. Okay, so then what are some of your favorite songs or even least favorite songs that are like polarizing albums or songs or bodies of work by female rappers?
Okay, so the first one that I had that was I guess a like is WAP.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
WAP is like, I was just thinking when WAP came out and like looking at the documentary, Meg's documentary, I was like, people really were upset about this.
They were so mad.
They were really mad.
Reason?
And I was like, it was not that deep.
It
like,
was
it really
never that deep. It was never that fucking deep. But people were mad.
People were mad.
Pissed about it. And I guess it was living through it, I was like, this can't be real. Like, this is a joke,
like
right?
This doesn't feel real.
They were dead fucking serious about that shit.
Yeah, what about you?
I said Hardcore by Lil' Kim, the album.
Hardcore. Okay,
like,
yeah.
Especially the cover of it. I think that's a very polarizing kind of thing. Like, you either respond to that, you respond to it very strongly either way. I also think Doja Cat's Scarlet album, like, some people really, really love it. Some people really, really hated it, you know? Another thing, the song Super Bass by Nicki Minaj. Because I think...
What?
Yes! I just think that, like, at the time, people either really loved it or really hated how pop she was, you know? Like, in the choice of that. I think she was rapping her ass off in that song. That being said, I hate the song. I hate hearing that song. I hated hearing it on the radio every 5 seconds. I hated it, but it was a very necessary part of her career. And it was also a moment that kind of divided her fans. They're like, oh, we miss the old Nicki. Oh, no, we love it. And it brought in a whole new, like, batch of fans, you know, of white fans.
That's so fair.
You know?
That's
like,
so
it's
fair.
different from, like, mixtape. And then I also said any Sukihana song ever. Because what the fuck does she be talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was gonna say, or then you could say any Sexy Red song.
That's
honestly.
true. You could.
Like, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
My booty hoop brown.
Yeah, and it is.
We're screaming that.
Yes.
Hellcats, SRTs.
Yes. Nigga, come pull up on me.
Pull up on me.
Okay. Yes. Okay, then what are some of your like favorite performances or moments that you feel like were polarizing by female rappers?
Yeah, I was gonna say that like I think the WAP performance at what was it
The
was it at
Grammys.
the Grammys?
Mm-hmm.
That could be one.
Yes.
I guess not a this isn't a female rapper one, but like Kendrick's performance
At the Grammys.
at the Grammys as well.
That was a big one.
That
I
was a
think they
big one.
removed that from their like Grammys page. Like,
Oh, really?
like that performance isn't even on their official count anymore.
Yeah.
I said that the performance when Nicki Minaj like performed and mocked the Catholic Church like at the Grammys when she like pretended to be, she was performing Roman's Revenge, I think, and she was like pretending to be a demon or something.
I kind of remember
everybody
that.
said that is why she got blackballed at the Grammys, because she mocked the Catholic Church. And it got so much backlash. I think she had to apologize, or somebody had to apologize or something.
Really?
Yes, it was 2011, 2012. So I guess people were just like in a different space. I don't know why it was such a big deal, because I was watching the performance and I was like, this is fine. Like I don't get the big deal about it.
I don't care. Yeah.
I also think, like I said again, like Lil Kim's Hardcore album cover,
right.
Pussy Facing the World. I think that's a big one. I also think like Hiss, like that, I think is a moment like where people, it shifted something in culture this year. Like you either really, really love that song or you really hated her because of it. But like, I love that. I loved it. And I think it's like going to be a landmark moment in rap in the future. Like that really shifted something this year. We can't forget about it. Yeah. Okay, so then the last question is, polarizing work still necessary in rap in 2024? And are there artists who can achieve it?
Yes, I think yes and yes. I think that polarizing work is necessary because I think it's the totality of what artistic creativity is. Like, I'm not sure if people make polarizing work intentionally or not. Maybe some of them do, but I think it's necessary for the industry to be able to have like a brand depth of options, of being able to express yourself. And I think where intention lies, it resonates differently across different people and how it comes across. So I think it's definitely necessary. There's definitely room for it.
I think it's necessary, but I also think it's what we're missing, And I think that's why Hiss was such a big deal in 2024, like in a great way to kick off the year. Because I think niggas are too wishy-washy now. Like nobody is nobody's standing behind their fucking work. Nobody wants to stand on business. Nobody's standing behind the work that they create, and they're refusing to create work that shifts the culture. And like sometimes pisses people off because they don't want to offend anybody, But I think that's like what we need. We need niggas to stand 10 toes down behind that shit and create it with intention. And the problem is that people are not creating it with intention. They're just doing it for shock value. And you can tell the difference between work that's meant to be impactful and work that's just meant for shock value. And I think it's the polarizing work comes in when there's intention behind it, when you stand behind that shit. Like, and I think if it's just for shock value, like the song Bigfoot, it's gonna, people are gonna be able to tell this is bullshit, Like you can't really bullshit people at the end of the day. Like, no, let's put the elephant in the middle of the fucking room. Let's talk about it. Like, we're gonna address this whether or not you like it.
You're on this side or you're on this side. Exactly. Like, there's no in between.
Exactly. Like, let's stand on that shit, Let's say what needs to be said. I think that's what polarizing work really is. Like, you really stand behind that shit. And you are really creating something that is going to start a conversation that's going to open Pandora's box. No matter the fuck what, we're opening that box and we're not shutting it.
Right. No, I like that.
For sure. So I think that's kind of what we're missing in hip-hop in general and music in general, if I'm being honest. I feel like that's what's missing.
No, I agree.
Okay, nice. Should we do music rap?
Yeah. I have one.
Okay.
I've been listening to this. I went back to Glow's album and Let Her Cook has been on repeat more recently.
I love that one.
Let Her Cook.
Excellent.
That's my rec.
Excellent choice. My choice is actually going to be the one song that I downloaded from Tate Tuesdays. Her EP she just dropped. The song Babysitter. Phenomenal. Fire. I love when she talks her shit. I love the way she raps on this. Like, so that's my music rec for this week. It's Babysitter by Babysitter.
Okay.
If you made it all the way to the end of this episode, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to vote in our award show. The link is in this description. It's also in the link in our bio on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, like whatever, everywhere. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode when there will be legitimately a new president.
Yeah, president.
Woo!
All right.
Anyway, goodbye and good luck. Stay safe out there.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Where My Girls At, a podcast about Black women in hip hop. Where My Girls At is produced and edited by Mariah Woods and hosted by Mariah Woods and Brianna LaRosliere. Follow us on Twitter at Where My Girls At 2, on Instagram at Where My Girls At _TH, and on TikTok at Where My Girls At Pod. See you next time.